Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Is your mind stayed on God? That's the title of the devotional for today. The focus scripture is Isaiah 26 in verse 3. You will keep in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. Stayed or starved? That's the question. Stayed means locked into position, to be held firmly in place. Dr. Chambers begins the study today with a question. Is your mind stayed on God or is it starved? Starvation of your mind caused by neglect is the chief source of exhaustion and weakness in a servant's life. It's almost like many have their mind in some type of spiritual deprivation mode, trying to starve it of anything holy. In the second paragraph, he continues, your mind is the greatest gift that God has given you, and it ought to be devoted entirely to Him. First of all, I doubt that any of us would disagree with Chambers' assessment that our mind is the greatest gift given to each of us. The brain is stronger than any created computer in that, like a computer, not only can it address matters such as math, logic, the storage and retrieval of data, but unlike the computer, your brain is able to feel emotions, enjoy music and sensations, appreciate the flavor of an apple and the setting of the sun. Man made the computer, but God created the brain, the mind. And this addresses the second half of Chambers' statement. Your mind ought to be devoted entirely to Him, its creator. He continues, you should seek to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 5. This will be one of the greatest assets of your faith when a time of trial comes, because then your faith and the Spirit of God work together. Will this actually happen? Will a moment occur in my life when it will be vital to unite my faith and the Spirit of God to work in harmony with each other? The answer is yes. Any time that you have worry or doubt or fear is when you need the union of faith and God's Spirit. We are told in Matthew 14, beginning in verse 22, of a time when the 12 apostles were in a boat on a storm-tossed water, only to look up and see Jesus walking on the water toward them. Peter gets a notion that he wants to go out of the boat and go meet up with Jesus. But once he's out walking on the water, he realizes that, he's walking on water. What does he do? Does he turn to the 11 and holler, throw me a rope? I need a life preserver. No, he cries out to Jesus, Lord, save me. And Jesus reaches out his hand and took hold of him. My point is, every day we have matters over which we fret and worry. Our focus scripture of today encourages us that thou wilt keep in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. You see, a truth that separates the Christian from all others is that we have the assurance from God that He cares personally for us. The mind locked onto the Lord will lean on the Lord, will learn from the Lord, and will be led by the Lord. His promises to us are found in His Word, but to get His Word into you, you must get into His Word. Wrap your mind around His Word so that it will embrace you in return. Chambers closes out with, remember whose you are and whom you serve. Encourage yourself to remember, and your affection for God will increase tenfold. Your mind will no longer be starved, but will be quick and enthusiastic, and your hope will be inexpressibly bright. If you haven't yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers' book, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online for study. I invite you to share here any thoughts from today's reading, any questions that you might have. Also, please be sure to share prayer requests as well. And now, may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. God bless you. Thanks for being here today. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it. Bye now.